This is Signature Dish, a show that serves up signature dishes all over Houston. Today we're at Sylvia's Enchilada Kitchen, where we feature what else? Enchiladas. Okay, Sylvia, what is the first thing you do when you get together some Enchiladas Rojas?
Okay, the very first thing is I gotta go get my chiles.
Oh.
And today we're working with chile guajillo or chile cascabel. That is, of course, the main ingredient in Enchiladas Rojas. And these, of course, you know, are chocked with flavor and color. So the first thing you do is, you know, we remove the stem. It has a little stem that comes out here, and then we gotta open them up and gotta remove most of the seeds. So right now, as you can see, the
They look wonderful.
yeah, they're starting to boil.
They're boiled.
Yeah. And we're gonna let them cook about 10 minutes. Let them cool off.
Is that all it takes? 10 minutes?
Yeah, about 10 minutes. Yeah.
It seems like a lot of steps to make good enchiladas.
It is. But you know, this is the old-fashioned way of making them. The way we made them 100 years ago. You know.
In Mexico or in South Texas?
In South Texas and Mexico. This is an enchilada that is really popular on either side of the border. So I'm just gonna very quickly turn the blender on.
There you go.
And you know, there's a saying in the restaurant business that every successful restaurant should do one thing better than anybody else.
And that's your
Enchiladas.
signature dish.
Yes.
Look at that.
I had always cooked since I was a kid. I grew up cooking. I grew up in Brownsville, which is in the Rio Grande Valley, the most southern city in Texas. And I started cooking when I was 10 or 11. My mother worked, and so I wanted to help her. And so I would watch and try to duplicate the recipes. And when I left South Texas, it's one of the things I most missed was the food. I figured out that customers were loving my enchiladas. And I kept adding an enchilada recipe, 1 or 2 a year. I'm at 18 right now. I don't think I can do any more because my guys in my kitchen are gonna quit if I keep giving them recipes to prepare. It's become my passion. It's how I set myself apart from all the other Mexican restaurants. I think for the majority of them, enchiladas are an afterthought. And for me, for many years, it was my primary focus. And you know, creating a great sauce or a great gravy is a challenge.
Wow.
So these are corn tortillas. Now, an enchilada should be made with a corn tortilla, not with a flour tortilla. It's just gonna be a quick Passover. Yeah. And I have a gentleman in the kitchen that does this for 2 hours in the morning before the meal. So it's not really a frying, but just a passing through.
Yeah, yeah. And the color remains.
And the color remains and the flavor remains. Okay?
Be done.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and put the queso fresco in there. So it's about 2 tablespoons of queso fresco with the chopped onion.
The smell is heavenly.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I mean, this is so home for us who grew up on this.
Estilo casero.
Estilo casero. A little bit of lettuce. And in Mexico, there's a lot of these enchiladas that are served. They like to put lettuce on their enchiladas.
Sure.
So that's it.
I got to try them. This is fabulous. Very good. Very good. And now it's time for our Foodie Talk segment, in which my foodie friends who are here today, assembled for this special occasion, are here to sample these wonderful enchiladas rojas made by Sylvia. And Sylvia is here, actually, to give us a little taste of these wonderful enchiladas that we just saw cooked. And they are amazing. They're very typical enchiladas. And welcome, Sylvia. Thank you for being here.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And look at this food. It is her typical enchiladas rojas. But before we get started, I want to introduce my foodie friends. To my right is my wonderful friend, Christina Morales, who is an entrepreneur, businesswoman in Houston. Over here we have Al Marcus, who has the Grateful Bread and does a lot of good sausages and cheeses and all kinds of things. And you ship all over the country.
Yes, we do. Thank you for having me.
And of course, Lolita Guerrero, a former restaurateur here in Houston who's done many enchiladas and cooked many fajitas for Houstonians here. And we welcome you to be part of this group. And I'm so excited about this. Let's dig into these wonderful enchiladas rojas made by Sylvia Casares. So let's try them right now. I love the color, and just the way the slate is plated actually is just wonderful.
The presentation is just wonderful, just wonderful.
Well, wait till you taste it. And I've had these before, and they're so wonderful I went and made them at home.
Wow, these
like
are
them?
very good.
What do you think about them?
Very, very good. I love the sauce.
The tortillas are not soggy. The cheese
Delicious.
is fresh. Al, tell me about it.
They're beautiful.
The colors are just so
The
vivid.
color is gorgeous. It's just a very mild level of heat.
These are very authentic Mexican enchiladas.
Right.
And the cheese is fantastic.
It's queso fresco.
It's so good.
And the sauce is just wonderful. It's just
Yeah,
wonderful.
the sauce is really it's so delicately done, and I think that one of the things with this kind of cuisine is that you never really identify this with a delicate cuisine. Usually, it just hammers you over the head and kills your palate after 2 bites, where this really does not.
And I can tell when the enchilada is in front of me, I can just about tell whether that's a good enchilada by the texture of the sauce, the color. So, and if you can make a good enchilada, then the rest of your food's going to be just as good. But what I like about these enchiladas, not only the presentation, but there's so many different types, as you said she has.
Regardless of what cuisine, when rice is prepared, you should have individual grains. They should never be, it shouldn't be clumped together. It shouldn't be sticky unless you're doing sticky rice. And this is just beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
nice.
And thank you all for being here and making this such a success. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for
You got
having
some
us.
enchiladas for breakfast.
I know.
Well, they were wonderful.
They really are
Very
wonderful. And I want to thank you for being here and being part of Signature Dish. We'll see you next time.